Hi, welcome back to Chow with Chow. I'm Katie, and today we're making a cast iron flank steak with cilantro chimichurri. Chimichurri is an herby sauce that's eaten in Argentina and various other countries. It's typically made with parsley and vinegar, but today we're making a cilantro chimichurri to go with our flank steak. The first thing we need is a good handful of cilantro. Now, I like to keep my cilantro in a little vase in the fridge. It keeps a lot longer that way. We're going to tear off some of these leaves off of our stems and then finely mince them. It's all right if there are a couple of stems in this, but we do want to make sure it's nice and minced. That looks very nice. And we'll put this into a little bowl. Now we just need to grab a garlic and then mince it up. To that bowl, we're going to add some fresh squeezed lime. I'm mixing this around, and we want to drizzle in some really good quality olive oil, cumin, and a good amount of salt. Now would be a great time to give this a little taste test. Oh, so vibrant, this fresh cilantro, the olive oil. I'm just gonna add a little bit more cumin. Oh, that's perfect. Okay, we're gonna let these flavors hang out and meld together for a little bit while we work on our flank steak. So I have here a flank steak. It's been sitting out for a while. It's almost at room temperature, and we're going to cut this open. I'm gonna swap out my cutting board and get a meat cutting board, and let's check out our flank steak. Ooh, beautiful. So on the outside of our flank steak, we're going to give it a nice dry rub of salt and cracked pepper. Now, a lot of people like to marinate this meat in some lime juice or some olive oil to give it some more flavor, but I really love that crust that you get when you sear it in a cast iron if we're using a dry rub. So I've just got my salt and pepper here, and I'm kind of patting it in to make sure all the parts of our meat have salt and pepper on it. So we want our pan to be really hot, and when the water bubbles like that, we know it's perfect. Make sure that our heat is at medium high. We're going to hit it with some canola oil because canola oil has a pretty high smoking point, so it's really good for things like cast iron grilling. Let's move our oil all around, and let's stick our flank steak right in there. Gorgeous. We'll let this side sear for about 3 to 4 minutes until we have a nice golden brown crust, and then we'll flip it over. Let's take a peek. Oh, look at that gorgeous sear. Let's give this guy a flip. And now we'll cook it until it's medium rare. Oh, that color is gorgeous. Now is the time where we want to make sure we're cooked to medium rare. So if you don't have a thermometer at home, this is a little trick I like to use. Put your thumb and your middle finger together, and that's the medium rare doneness that you should be seeing on your meat. And when I poke my meat, I see that we're almost there, just a couple more seconds, and then we'll be ready to take it out. I think that it's ready, so we'll turn the heat off, and let's take our gorgeous flank steak out and let it rest. Oh, now we want that gorgeous crust on there, so I'm letting it rest on a rack, so that way it doesn't sit in its own juices and then cause our gorgeous crust to get soggy. We'll let that hang out for just a couple minutes while its meats and its juices hang out and get delicious. It smells so good in here, and this guy has been resting. Can't wait to cut inside and see what's up. And let's slice in and see how he looks on the inside. Okay, still quite hot, this meat. That looks amazing. It's perfectly medium rare on the inside. And something I want to note is that when you're cutting your steaks, make sure to cut against the grain. Do you see here how the flank steak has the grain moving this way? And so when we cut, we want to cut perpendicular to that. I'm gonna go ahead and grab a knife and a fork, and let's just chop down right now. Oh, I'm gonna take this little middle slice. Oh, beautiful. And let me just cut into a little bite-sized piece. And of course, this wouldn't be our chimichurri steak if we didn't have our cilantro chimichurri. The flavors have been hanging out. It looks so good. I'm gonna drizzle a little bit. Let's check it out. Oh, that's so good. Mmm. At a loss for words right now. Mmm. The steak is so tender, so flavorful. The chimichurri is perfect. Look at how well cooked that steak is. Mmm. That chimichurri sauce is bright and beautiful. Y'all have to try making this at home. Thanks again for joining me on Chow with Chow. See you next time.